Hey, good morning. It's been, what, like a month, maybe a month and a half since I posted the final video in the playlist for the best slash dumbest thing that I've ever built. Just as a quick sidebar, this thing's still great to play, still, sounds good. The fact that I had to break it to rebuild it and I didn't know what I was doing when I built it in the first place, the fact that it still sounds and plays as well as it does is incredible. It'll never replace, my go-to, but still, really love that thing. So I uploaded that video, and then this channel basically went dead for like a month and a half. Couple of reasons for that. First reason, I managed to get one of these tall boys. Wow. Having a lot of fun with this thing currently. Experiencing all these things that I missed out on for the last 2 years because you just can't get them. I might also be starting another project, and it might also be dumber than the last one. Second reason, this turned up. Now, inside here is something that I ordered, I think it was at the end of 2019, and it turned up last week. Now, I don't hold it against them. They're not exactly the biggest company in the world, and there was that whole worldwide global pandemic that generally didn't do too well. Plus, I live in Brexit land, so getting stuff imported from Germany, not easy. So I ordered this in the end of 2019. It finally turned up. What is it? Well, this is the Turrican Anthology 1 and 2. Essentially, Turrican Anthology Volume 1, Turrican Anthology Volume 2. Has it been worth the wait? Overly, yes. For those that don't know, that I am a huge Turrican fan. Like, huge Turrican fan. Turrican is a game that originated on the Amiga. It's a platformer by the company Factor 5, who I don't know if they're back or whether the company has been resurrected, but they made Turrican, which was like essentially just a platformer knockoff of Metroid and Contra and R-Type and, things like that. And it was Amiga based, Commodore 64 based. They then later went on to do all like the Star Wars games, so Super Star Wars, Super Return of the Jedi on the Super Nintendo, and then Rebel Assault on the N64, Shadows of the Empire on the N64. It all went really well for them right up until the PlayStation 3, and they made Lair. And then that was it. That was the end of Factor 5, rest in peace. But anyway, they knocked out some fantastic Turrican games. The game itself is really easy to emulate. Like, I have a dozen machines that can play it. So why would I spend €35 each on 2 volumes? Well, it's for the quality of life improvements. It's not the fact that I can play it on modern systems, because if you've got a Raspberry, if you've got a phone, if you've got a Raspberry Pi, if you've got a calculator, you can probably run Turrican on it. Like, it's really not that hard to get running on stuff. But the quality of life improvements that the volumes promised, I was interested. The first being a map. They were adding map systems. Like, Turrican never had a map. So the fact that they added a map to everything, I was super interested in. They also were having selectable soundtracks. You got the, the standard at this point, save states, load states, rewind features. And I have been playing them for about a week now, and it has some issues. There's a couple of, problems with the soundtrack, where the sound keeps cutting out or keeps jumping between the old and the new version of the sound, the CD soundtrack or the original Amiga soundtrack. Some of the, the HUD opacity that you can scale between 100% and 0% doesn't really matter. It always goes to, 100% transparency, whatever you pick. Little things like that. Oh, also some of the options are grayed out, and it says, you know, like there's a cheats menu, and the cheats menu is permanently grayed out, and it says this will unlock when you finish the game. I've beaten the game. I've got all the trophies in it. I've got the platinum trophy. Like, I've got everything. I've done everything. I've completed everything. I've collected everything. Still grayed out. Not quite sure what I'm supposed to do. However, those faults aside, which can be patched, but those faults aside, what a fantastic collection. Like, it is genuinely it's probably the go-to. I would recommend this to anyone that hasn't played Turrican before and is interested. If you're a fan, you've already probably got a way to play it. However, the quality of life improvements, I've found things in a game that I've been playing for 30 plus years. I have been finding things that I didn't even know existed in the game because of the map system, because of the trophies that were asking me to find things that I'm like, I didn't even know that was in the game. So there is stuff in it if you are like me, just a mega fan, and you think you know everything about them. There's still stuff to find in there. You can completely adapt the control schemes. They've modernized the controls. If you want the classic Amiga controls, you can totally have that. But if you want complete custom controls where your 360 laser, you know, shot, you can, it's mapped to the right analog stick. You can just point it where you want to shoot. Like, they've thought ahead. It's like when they did the Resident Evil remake, and you could have tank controls or you could have modern controls. Completely up to you. Kind of like that. You can have it exactly as it was back in the day, or you can have it new. It's completely up to you. They've also got this amazing feature, and the way I think they've done it is, I think they're not just emulating the games. What I think they've done is taken the ADF files, taken the binary file for the Mega Drive game, taken the SNES ROM, and they're running it in some kind of. I don't think it's an emulator. What I think it is like it's like an emulator built into this weird front end, and the front end is receiving metadata from the game, and that's changing as well. So, without making it sound too complicated, what you can take the game, if you're running it on a 4K TV, you can take the game and run it in like a 1-to-1, like pixel perfect. And you would think, why would you want to crush the game down into this tiny little square right in the middle of your TV? The map system, like the map system that was never in the game, can fill in the rest of the screen. So if you're running it in 16:9, the game only ran in 4:3 anyway, you can take those two sidebars and fill it out with the map. You can also put layers over the top, so you can see enemy parts, you can see where diamonds are, you can see where one-ups are, you can see where hidden walls are, and you can run that either in the peripheries of the frame, in the bit that would just be black anyway, and you can even run it over the top of the map as well. It's honestly, it is, I don't think it can be overstated how impressive the map system for a 30-year-old game that never had one truly is. It is just literally, it allows you to explore things and find things that you didn't even know were there. Really, really cool. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly open this box and show you what they sent me. They sent me other few little, you know, sorry it's been delayed for 2.5 years, little accoutrement inside. But yeah, and then what I think I'll do is I want to do a live stream, but I'm not quite sure what to live stream. I might, since I've already got the platinum trophy for the first anthology anyway, what I think I might do is just do a live stream of the, like, Turrican 2, which is my favourite one, and just, here's how to get all of the trophies in that game, and I'll just do it in one run. Because the thing they don't tell you about Turrican 1 and Turrican 2 is that they're really easy. Like, they are insanely simple. They are not difficult games. But If it's your first time playing them, you don't know where all the 1-ups are. Even with the map system, you still have to uncover the map. So it only shows you bits of the map that you've been to. So if you're new to Turrican and you've never played like Turrican 2, I'm thinking I might just live stream me just running how to get all the trophies from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. It's only going to take about an hour. Like, it's not long. But still, you know, it'd be fun to do. And I haven't done a live stream in a long time, so I think I'll do that. So yeah, let's have a quick look. Okay, now before I start, I just want to point out that not everyone will receive what's in here. If you pre-ordered the Switch or the PlayStation 4 version, you'll get this little trinket box. If you are one of the 500 people who buy the game after the email, which I think was about 2 weeks ago, went out, you'll also receive this stuff as well. It's not make or break, but it's, you know, it's nice. Strictly Limited are a proponent of physical media, so you won't get like a code or a QR code or something like that. You actually get like physical goods. It's kind of what they believe in. Right, so the first thing you'll get is the 2 versions of Turrican. This is where I have a slight problem with these. You'll see that on the back of, this is volume 1. So on the back you'll get Turrican for the Amiga, Turrican 2 for the Amiga, Super Turrican for the SNES, and then another director's cut version of Super Turrican for the SNES. They're essentially the same. There's just like one small level that was cut out and put back in, plus some of the enemy placements have changed, but overly it's the same game. And then here, Mega Turrican Score Attack. This appeared on their physical cartridge release of Mega Turrican. Basically, it's a custom level. So it's a brand new level. Very vertical, huge. And the score attack or component to it is how quickly can you collect all the things and get to the exit. And then, so all the diamonds, all the 1-ups are added to a total. And then any time remaining is also added to the total. Very cool. Do really like it. Here's the thing though. Both of these, I mean, the second game, or the second volume, you've got Turrican 3, Mega Turrican, and Mega Turrican Director's Cut. Again, all 3 of these are essentially the same game with a few differences. Then you have Super Turrican 2, and then you have Super Turrican Score Attack, which is just Super Turrican here, but again, a custom built level, again, huge map, and it's about how quickly you can get through it and collect all the stuff. These are really cool. Problem is that a Blu-ray can hold 52 gig, so I don't know why it's split over 2. Also, swapping the discs is annoying. It's not the end of the world, but it's annoying. But I maybe would have put one of these over here and then moved that over there. So I would have maybe put Super Turrican on here with Super Turrican 2, maybe moved Turrican 3 across there. It would have given you a better mix of titles rather than just have 3 versions of essentially the same experience on here. There are big differences, but come on, like the game is pretty much the same. Yeah, so that's the only sort of problem I've got with the physical releases. Other than that, really like it. In the box we have a bonus CD, which is I think about 20 minutes, just over 20 minutes, 22 minutes, 23 minutes of remixed soundtrack, which is very, very nice. Only problem is I don't have a CD player that can play it. Well, there's one in my wife's car, so maybe we'll listen to it on road trips. We're not going to listen to it on road trips. We have a thank you note from Strictly Limited saying, yeah, we know it's been a long time, but, you know, thanks for holding out. Now, if you buy Volume 1 and Volume 2, you get this sort of like little trinket box for both, which, and again, this is if you pre-ordered or if you buy, or if you're one of the 500 that buy it after the email, which I said was like 2 weeks ago, so there's probably still plenty of these left. So I do actually have 2 copies of the CD. Everything's doubled. So I have 2 copies of the CD, 2 of these thank you notes, you know. Inside here we have a really, really nice postcard. These come with all Strictly Limited releases. This one I think is 37. Yeah, release number 37. Q Clark's clip. There you go, 37. What else have we got? So we got 2 of those as well. We also have these amazing bits of fan art postcards. I really like those, especially this one. I really like this one. A couple of strictly limited stickers, and then we have these awesome double-sided posters, which are essentially the postcards blown up. But again, because I bought volume 1 and volume 2, I have 2 of them. So again, everything else in there is exactly the same. So I've got more. I really like that. I really like that. Yeah, so just doubled up. Everything else in there exactly the same. So I've got 2 posters, 4 postcards, 2 of the strictly limited postcards, 2 thank you notes, 2 bonus CDs. And I say, if you've pre-ordered it, or if you're one of the guys that are going to get it after, then you can also get this little trinket box. Again, it's not make or break, but it's really nice. Nice little touch.